It says I'm live. There we go. So how is everybody this morning? Well, I'll give everybody I don't know why I do that. I should just be like, automatically, we're going to give everybody a couple seconds to get on. Ooh, maybe I should do like an opening. Like I could have like a cup of tea, like the Star Trek opening. Go whoosh, whoosh. That would be kind of funny. Oh. Okay. So, good morning, Sensei Mish. It is May 11th, 2022. So, not a lot of major stuff going on. So we'll cover martial arts stuff first. Martial arts related stuff first. So, I was talking to Jim Korn the other day, and we're going to be working on a project together. I'm like, I think I mentioned this yesterday. I am really looking forward to it. Don't want to give any spoilers, but I think it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, so I've been kind of working on how to facilitate that, because he is in Evansville and I am in Vancouver. So we'll, but it's going to be awesome. And then we were talking. Good morning, Thomas. Then we were talking about having him out here, because I'd love to have him out here. So in the process of looking at the items and the processes that we're going to need for our project, I was like, well, let's look at plane tickets. So we talked about sometime in September. And now it's funny, because if I was to fly, so the Jacksonville camp is the second weekend of October. And if I bought a ticket now, it would cost me about $600. In fact, a couple of months ago, it would have cost me, I don't know, $800. So I don't know how all that works, but a ticket now would cost me roughly about $600, which isn't bad. Because I just quit my 40-hour gig and I'm going full time with a school, financing that, yeah. So, but I was like, okay, but if I have Jim out here, we can make some money and I can basically get reimbursed for the ticket. For the time frame that we kind of chatted about, $800 in September. $800, looking basically 2 weeks prior. And he's actually having his camp. It's technically the first weekend in October, but it also kind of includes the last day of September. So doing that, I was like, it's still like $800. Yet flying further is cheaper. So go figure. I see some eyeballs up in the sky over here. If you can, put it in the chat. I want to see who's tuning in. Say hi. Oh, see, and then one of the numbers goes away. So fine, don't watch. You can always watch later. Or maybe you're driving. I get it. See, and I insult them and the numbers go down. Maybe it's just people surfing. They don't really want to watch me drink tea. Anyway, the numbers are back up. I love it. It's kind of like the slots. Numbers go up and down, up and down. Those numbers are not very good for people with short attention spans. Maybe I should earn my focus badge this morning. So anyway, just the cost of things. So I'm gonna go get it all figured out. That's why it's like, do I go to both? Do I just wait and hope I'm a millionaire by the time September rolls around with all these new students, and then I just buy the tickets and just go whatever price it costs? I don't know, but it's going to be fantastic, and I think everybody's going to love it. We can't get started on it right away because he is going off to the Netherlands and then Prague and all that kind of stuff. He's doing his little European tour. At some point in the future, I'm going to tag along with him because I know he has a lot of fun, and I'd love to eventually meet Ben and all the other guys out there. So now yesterday, the stream was interrupted by a phone call from 24 Hour Fitness. 24 Hour Fitness, of course, is one of those big fitness companies, and they wanted to. Oh crap! I hate it when the bag. The string dislocated from the bag for the tea. Oh, that's good. So I got a call from 24 Hour Fitness. They wanted to partner with a local martial arts company, and essentially it is if you've ever been in a 24 Hour Fitness, I've only ever been to one. I used to train at the one down here at Tech Center, and of course they have all these TVs around, and they have their own little TV network. So it's not just channels that TV channels you can watch, but they also have their own, they have specific TVs set up for their own channel. So, and it's full of advertisements and other like fitness videos and all that kind of stuff. So they're like, yeah, we're choosing one martial arts company or one martial arts school to partner with. We'd like you to be it, because they saw my signs all over, not all over Vancouver, but all around the area. So, which is great. I'm looking at how do I get different people to know that I am where I'm at, because honestly, I'm really the only one who knows where I'm at, except for those people who have actually been to the school. I'm the only one. Okay. So it's a small select few. So, now marketing there, it's actually it's a pretty interesting setup. So, they have some turnkey commercials that basically you just put your logo in and telephone number, all your information, and it'll run. And then you've got your still advertisements. So it's a combination of all that. And it's like a $3,300 commitment, 12 months. By the look of it, you actually get some pretty good. There's a lot of time dedicated to promoting, or time promotion for your school, whatever. But $3,300 to me right now, that's a lot of money. But also, it's funny because when it comes to promoting the school and doing all that, I need to look at, and this is totally a Brandon Beliso thing. I need to look at my why. Does my why fit marketing in a 24-hour fitness? And I don't know, does it? I wanted to look at it as I'm trying to do more of a community-based marketing. And so I'm reaching out there to different groups and trying to become part of the groups. So far, I have been less than successful, but I keep trying. But I'm not sure if that is really where it's at. Now, my daughter's volleyball team, her high school team, they're looking for fundraisers and different ways to make money for the team. And part of it is a uh, um, God, what is it? It's like it's kind of like, it's not necessarily a team sponsorship, but it is a but it's basically you're buying t-shirts for the team and then putting your logo on it or however it is. So I was like, if I'm going to spend, if I was like, if I'm going to spend $3,000 on that, and I could reach a larger market. People are in the fitness industry, people are in fitness. They care about themselves. Maybe they might want to do martial arts, or maybe they have a kid that wants to do martial arts. That's it. That's possible. But I think from the standpoint of team sponsorship, having having my the school name on a volleyball shirt, and our family is a volleyball family. My wife used to coach, my daughter plays. Basically, it's this. We are a martial arts and volleyball family, and it's really funny because two of my students, two of my younger female students, they play volleyball. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where it just kind of seems to fit. It may not, I think it fits better because it does go more community based, because I'm more direct in the group. So, and it helps out my daughter's volleyball team. So I already have an email out. I'm going to see what that process is, what the cost I'm looking at, because I think I would rather spend my money there than the 24-hour fitness. And I don't know, I might do both. You never know. Let's see. I've been doing this push-up challenge. I didn't mention it yesterday, but I did my push-ups this morning. I was very surprised at my progress this morning. So, for those who have not been paying attention, it's a 6-week program, or it's supposed to be a 6-week program. Let me bring it up on the side here. Well, not for you guys to see, but just so I can reference it. So it's supposed to be a 6-week program. And I got to week 4. Now, week 4 is usually when I start to peter out. Something happens. Either my wrist starts hurting, or my shoulder starts hurting, or I just turn into a pussy and I just stop. So I made it through week 4. I actually failed week 4. Had to repeat it because it's funny, because if you don't, the way it's set up, and I'll show you the screen, say for my next thing, let's see, week 5, day 3. So you can see there, it says 45 plus. If I don't do exactly 45 or more, this actually, now I can swipe to the next day, but it will actually be like, hey, you didn't complete this day. So week 4, I basically every day I had to swipe to the next one. I ended up redoing week 4. I was massively successful in that. I blew the numbers out. I was very happy with that. And then on to week 5. And day 1, so day 1 wasn't very successful. I barely made it through day 1 of week 5. And instead of doing what I did for week 4 of just doing the whole week and then repeating it, I was like, I'm just going to do each day until I complete it. So on Monday, or was it Monday? Yeah. So last week, it actually took me all week to get through week 5, day 1. So essentially, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So last week was week 6. I'm technically in week 7 now of a 6-week program, but I'm still training on week 5. So it took me all week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, to make it through day 1. And then on Monday, I did day 2 of week 5, and I squeaked by. I got the very, very minimum. Today, Wednesday, week 5, day 3, I am really, really surprised. Now it's supposed to be, it builds up over the week and then it gives you a couple day break. So it's like kind of a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, or at least that's how I have it set up. So, for today, I was supposed to do, and as you go through the week, the time between the rest break between goes up. So like day 2 was a 2.5 minute break. And then day 5, or today, day 3, technically of the week, is a 3-minute break. So I did, I almost got there. I did 32, 3-minute break, 41, 3-minute break, 32, 3-minute break, 29. And then it has me do a minimum of 45. Now, yesterday it was 29, 37, 29, 26, and then 41. So that was the bare minimum. Okay. So I squeaked by, and that was with 2.5 minute breaks. So of course, they're upping it. They're giving a little bit more breaks. So today I was able to do the 32, the 41, the 32, the 29, but instead of doing 45, I only got to 32. So Friday, I will be repeating day 3 again, and I will be repeating day 3 until I can actually make it through. Now, I have been keeping track. I have some leeway because technically, if I complete day 3 on Friday, then I go on to week 6, which would be week 8. And then I essentially have another week plus a day after that before my birthday. So really I have like 2.5 weeks, which isn't bad. It gives me that time. Now, if I complete week 6 without issue, then that just gives me another week to just push myself farther and push myself farther. So I've given myself enough grace period, but we'll see how successful I am. But honestly, being able to, now when I started this, I did 27 push-ups. All I could do is 27 push-ups, and I weighed less. I weighed about, I don't know, maybe 10 pounds less. I've gained some weight. I don't know what I weigh now. I'm trying to lose the weight, but I know I weighed a little bit less. And 10 pounds is a lot, but maybe it's only 5 pounds, but 5 pounds, that's nothing, but it can be a lot. So I could do 27 was the most I could do just straight up. Here I did 32 and I could have gone farther. I did 41. I could have gone farther. I did 32. I could have gone farther. 29. When I got to the 29, I really had to push out that 29. And then doing the 45 plus, I only got to 32. So that was really pushing that out, but super tired. And I still knocked out 32. So I don't know, maybe this, I don't want to add any extra besides, cause I do my push-ups every day in class. But those are only tens of cents. Yes, I agree, Thomas. Muscle is heavier than fat. And Lisa tries to remind me of that, but I doubt the amount of muscle that I'm building for doing push-ups has had me gain that much weight. I think it was stress-based and just me having poor eating habits because I exercise. In fact, my exercise has gone up since opening the school. So maybe it's just all around muscle. There we go. We'll use that excuse. But, and honestly, when it comes to weight, I'm trying to get out of this mindset that weight is important. Size is more important. And ultimately size is more important because I've always said, I don't mind being 250 pounds as long as I can wear a size 38 or less pair of pants. I just don't like the big 4-0, considering I'm going to be turning the big 5-0 here soon. I don't size 40 pants. It needs to have a 3 in front of it. It's just more, mentally, helps me out a little bit more, encouraging wise. But I do track my weight. So at least I've been doing I try to be doing a better job. So we'll have a weight call in on Friday. Now, which all goes into habits, and this is kind of a funny way to segue into it. So I'm reading this book, listening to this book called Atomic Habits, and it's actually I haven't gotten very far into it. In fact, I had to repeat one of the it was like chapter 2 because I was kind of inspired a little bit. Let me bring it's by James Clear. So that's my current read right now. You can see I'm on chapter 3, but in chapter 2, he talks about identity-based habits and identity-based habits versus goal-based habits. And he may have thrown in a third one, but what really resonated with me was the identity habits versus the goal habits. And he gave some examples of like, somebody offering somebody a cigarette, and you have one person who says, "No, thank you, I'm trying to quit." That's a goal-based mindset. And then you have the person go, no, I'm not a smoker. That's an identity-based mindset. Whether that person was a smoker before or not, they are not a smoker now. So I don't know if you could attribute that to the mindset of alcoholism or really any type of, addiction. I mean, like me, I say I stress eat, but do I stress eat or do I just really enjoy food? Because, I love to eat. It is, does it comfort me? Yes. So yes, you could probably say it's stress-based, but so in the new way I try and think about my diet, and then I'm not dieting, I'm making a lifestyle change, but it's not like the detrimental. Like I'll still have pizza because I freaking love pizza. And on my birthday, I'm going to have a burger and I'm going to have beer, and I'll probably gain 20 pounds just from all that food I'm going to eat. But it's going to be, it's a mindset. So he gave some other correlations when it came to goal versus identity. So there is, he uses the example, somebody shouldn't have a goal of running a marathon. They should, it's not about running the marathon. It's about becoming a runner. And so, he doesn't say it, but he implies that basically runners potentially eventually run marathons. And I would agree with that if that's the assumption he's trying to make. It's not about the goal of reading a book or books. It's about becoming a reader, because readers read books. So I was attributing this to the martial arts, because of course, martial arts instructor, martial artist, martial artisan. So I was like, okay, what's one goal that people have when it comes to joining the martial arts? And usually it's becoming a black belt. But all of us know that if we join a school and earn our black belt, or for those of us who have earned our black belts, that's really only the beginning. And there are some programs even that don't have belt programs where it's just like, okay, well, I become an instructor or a low-level instructor. That's just the beginning. There's so much more to learn to get better. So using the identity versus goal mindset, it's not about earning a black belt. It's about becoming a martial artist, because martial artists eventually become black belts. And I kind of like that. So so I don't know. That'll probably end up, I don't tweet or twat or anything like that. But that'll probably end up on a meme or something like that. I'll formalize it a little bit. So and of course, got to throw in the artisan in there. It's not about becoming a black belt. It's about becoming a martial artisan. There you go. So anyway, so far I'm enjoying the book. Again, I'm only just a little bit in, but it's one of those where I'm reading the audio, but I really should grab the paper copy, because I'm taking notes, so it should be like, I should just be listening to it and highlighting shit as I'm going through it. So, let's see. Star Trek. How are people up on Star Trek? Because if we look at the calendar, yesterday was Distant Origin and Displaced. And then we've got today is actually the last couple episodes of season 3. So worst case scenario, and then Scorpion Part 1, and then Scorpion Part 2 is the first episode of season 4. So today is a 3-episode day. And so if you can watch it. We'll talk about it tomorrow, because in Scorpion, we meet L7 of 9. But yeah, so Distant Origin is basically kind of like an evolution episode that is based around dinosaurs that potentially came from Earth, and before they died out, they went out into space and got into the Delta Quadrant, and now they're bipeds or bipedals, whatever you'd call them, but they're more humanoid, 2 feet, 2 hands, but they have their roots in being a dinosaur, and of course they run into they find bones from one of our crew from Voyager, and that was the time where Seska and those who are those people, the Kazon, take over Voyager and then drop everybody off on that primitive planet. So they're bringing that part back, which I think they're playing on that, which I think is kind of cool. They're playing within the world. And so then they go and they meet Chakotay. Actually, they find Voyager. They beam onto Voyager. They're found out, and they somehow steal. They kidnap, or the main guy steals Chakotay, and but it's also about their government being like, nope, we're not evolved from these people. We originated from the Delta Quadrant, and blah blah blah. I actually kind of I strangely I like this episode. There, it's got the science deniers and just the search for where did we come from. I think it's a very Star Trek-ish episode. Displaced. This is more kind of just like an Alien of the Week episode. The Voyager is slowly taken over by this race. I watched the episode twice, not because I wanted to, but because I fell asleep and then I just rewatched it. But we really never found the motivation of why this alien race swapped places, because the Voyager crew end up basically in this habitat that was made for Earth. And it's like, why? Yeah, I don't know. So it was interesting that but we never get motivation. It's just that it happened, and they've been doing it for a while. So I don't know. It's odd. Yeah. So Alien of the Week episode. I've already started watching Worst Case Scenario. I completely forgot that this episode even existed. It's an interesting episode. So kind of a fun episode based on, their technology, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. So let's see. I was thinking about doing birthday shout outs. If I'm going to be streaming like every day, I got to think of shit to talk about. So anyway, instead of, and of course I'm going to plug my own stuff. Just as reminders, and I might do it once a week instead of weekly, or as new stuff comes up. So anyway, or maybe I'll do it every day, but it is what it is. So I'm getting this. I'm trying to get this down, getting back into daily streaming. So on my calendar, the one person I have is Stan Miller. Stan Miller is a small circle jiu-jitsu guy here in Vancouver. And he is, I don't know how I met him. So one of the things I'm kind of doing on the back end is I'm writing mini stories of how I met certain people, because you meet people in like the weirdest ways. Rob, hey, no worries. We just covered a bunch of stuff. You might just rewatch it. How's that? There we go. Now, before I go on, Rob, are you currently watching DS9? Is that? I think that's what you were saying. Because we're getting to the end. Today is let's see, Distant Origins and whatever the show is called. See, Alien of the Week episode, Displaced. Alien of the Week episodes just kind of that was yesterday for Voyager, and then we have today is actually a 3-episode day with the ending of season 3 and the beginning of season 4, where we meet 7 and 9. So let's see. Anyway, that it. So birthdays. So Stan, I cannot remember how I originally met Stan. Stan is a local martial artist. I think he's super, super talented, completely overlooked rank wise. He is, I know how I met him. I met him through an old buddy of mine, Jim Slothauer. Jim and I are not on speaking terms right now. Not exactly sure how that happened, but trauma from private contracting, 7 years of private contracting over in Afghanistan will do that to you, I think. Because I actually did reach out to him and be like, hey, I was thinking about you the other day. I hope you're doing well. And actually, it wasn't the other day. It might have been a while ago. And he read the note, but he did not respond to the note. So I don't know. But I do hope he's doing well. Anyway, Stan Miller's birthday today. Good guy, like him. He actually did some seminars with me. Not that I taught them. I was basically trying to promote them. I had this really cool idea of doing the next 3. So, the big 3 was George Dillman, Wally J, and Remy Priestess. And I was thinking, talking with Dan Anderson one day, he had mentioned, or I had made the comment of the next 3 and doing like a next 3 where we have him, Modern Ernest, Mark Klein, Pressure Points, and Stan Miller, Small Circle Jiu-Jitsu. So doing the next 3. And I did that for a couple years. Not a lot of turnout, not what I was expecting. I was hoping more, but being a promoter for seminars is really hard, especially when you don't have a large school, a large student base yourself, and then and not having your own school at the time. I mean, we did all these at Danny's school out in Gresham. So, but yeah, that was pretty fun. And then we just decided, after a couple years, after a few years, we're just saying, no, we're not going to do it. We've done, but anyway, Stan Miller's birthday is today. Happy birthday, Stan. I have not reached out to him yet, but I will send him a message personally, because sometimes I utilize Facebook to remind me. And sometimes you're just special enough to actually be on my calendar. Let's see. If I go to, now I'm on Facebook right now, friends, birthdays. So whose birthday is it today? All right. So Angie Wadby, she's one of my friends. She lives down the street. She's her son went to same elementary school that my kids went to. So happy birthday, Angie. You're probably not watching this, but it is what it is. Oh, okay. So let me see if I can I share? Let's see. Let me see if I can share this. Share screen window. All right. So this, yeah, did I do it? Okay. So I think this was Klein was in town. So you've got Rory Miller, me, Mark Klein, and Stan Miller. So I remember I was having Mark out. This is back in what is it? 2019, May of 2019. So Mark was in town for a seminar. I was having him in, and oh, that's right. His seminar was on May 4th, Star Wars Day. there we go. So anyway, we all went out to dinner because Stan was like, "Hey, since Mark's in town, I'd like to, let's get together." And I was like, "Sure, no problem." Anytime Mark's in town, I always call Rory up and see if he wants to go out to dinner with us. So that is all of us out at dinner. I think we went out to a Thai place, not the place next door to Artisan, but one down the street. So great group of guys. So happy birthday, Stan. And I don't have any other friends on today, or at least that Facebook is telling me, or in my normal calendar. So I guess that's about it. Let's see. I love that. Every day I wake up, it's like my birthday. Yeah, you could say that. Let's see. I'm getting a message. Who's sending me Oh, Rob, you had asked me a question and my audio blipped out, so I missed it. Oh, it was about DS9. I was basically just talking about Voyager and what episodes we were on, but I remember you had made a mention that you were currently watching DS9. So everybody is in their own world on Star Trek watching. So, but your Trek, that's what's scheduled. So it really wasn't a big deal. Let's see. I will say, it says, just started DS9 season 5, episode 1. So what, see, I'm so Star Trek'd out. And it's not like I'm Star Trek out. It is just, watching Star Trek every day. It's amazing. I love it. But it is what it is. Gerald, hey, no worries. People have meetings. People have work life. I do this, I try and do this. So this is the morning for me. Like right now it's 10:13 in the morning, West Coast time. And so I do this in the morning. I know people are at work, but people can always watch later. If you can jump in. But I understand people have real jobs that they need to go to. Oh, now this is funny because I go through this one Dutch. I've reduced the amount of time I go through Dutch. So I'm trying to that very kind words, sir. But this is more fun. But I go through Dutch, and this one gal was like, on Monday, she says, "Oh, what do you have planned today?" And I think I was going up to the school. I was just grabbing a tea on my way up to the school. And she says, she asked me, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "I quit my job today." And it's funny how I say I quit my job. I quit my 40-hour gig is really what I did, because, and I guess, and going back to mindset, I talked about mindset earlier on, guys. So it's kind of interesting reading Atomic Habits. But when I say I quit my job, I quit because my 40-hour gig, even though at sometimes I loved it and sometimes I liked it and sometimes I hated it, it was a job. Like I would have much rather have just been rolling around on the mat or teaching on my own, not for somebody else, than anything else. So, yeah, I quit my job because the school to me is not a job. I mean, it's more than a hobby. I got to make money from it, but I don't see it as a job. And that's really what's important, is that if you're doing something you enjoy, it's not work. It's not a job. So yeah. but ultimately, when you look at the general term of what a job is, I had two jobs where income comes in, and I quit one of them. So now I only have one job. That's not a job. So let's see, where was I going on with that? I was checking on previous people that I had missed. Here we go. My dream ever since I was in high school was to make a comfortable living doing something that I love. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. If I had started, if being in high school, because I didn't start martial arts until I was 18, but if I had, I kind of had two paths in high school. I was either going to, I was going to join the military. I didn't. That's a funny story. And looking back, it's like one of the dumbest reasons you could ever do, but it is what it is. But one of the things I wanted to do was actually flip houses, and it really wasn't called house flipping back then, but essentially it was just it was called restoring houses. So I would. And so, you're not trying to flip it in 30 days, but it would be one of those where I wanted to buy a house and gut it and, update the wiring, put on new sheetrock, maybe, basically redo like a classic home, but update it. Or you take these, these true fixer uppers and then make them beautiful again. So I could have been doing that, but it's all about this. And I did not know how to get that when I was younger. And then I turned 18 and got into the martial arts and a whole new bug hit me. The other one was actually, I actually went to college for this, was to become an English teacher. So I could be teaching English, but I guess it's just being a teacher at heart anyway. Yeah, if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, it's just the idea of I go to school, or I go to the school, and I might have a class with just one person in it, but I'm going to teach the best class I can teach. And it's fun. It's actually really fun. Oh, that's big here in Ohio. And old homes are cheap. Yeah. Old homes out here, like $4,000 or $400,000. My house, I get these Zillow things. My house, according to Zillow, it's like $450,000. What the fuck? Like, no, I live here. It's not worth $450,000. So, now my property taxes are not as much as they are in Portland. My house in Portland would probably be close to about $800,000, and I'd be probably paying twice as much in what do you call it, in property taxes. So, dude, if Lisa wanted to move, I would totally do that. I'd renovate and then teach at night. Yeah. Okay. So, Rob, I absolutely agree. So, we paid $190 for ours 6 years ago, 7 years ago, something like that. And yeah, it's crazy. So I'm kind of waiting for the ball to drop, and because it happened before, the housing market got way, 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 way up there, and then it dropped like a rock overnight. So I'm just waiting for it to happen. Hopefully, hopefully it won't affect my business too much, but I'll make it through. I'll make it through. So yeah, you got almost 600 in 2019. That was in Beaverton. That was a house in Beaverton. So, and I don't know, square footage, it was probably about the same square footage as my house, maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. My house is about 1,900 square feet. It's really not a big house. I have a large property though. Like some of these houses that are going up have more square footage. Oh yeah, totally. Bill. Yeah. You guys, you totally outranked me on the square footage. So, but these new houses going up, their backyards are smaller than my deck, and my deck is a 16 by 16. So it's amazing how big these houses are and how small these backyards are. I could not live in a house, even like forget having kids, forget having grandchildren. I can't have a small backyard. That to me, that's alien. If I'm going to buy a house, I have to be able to go outside and enjoy my backyard. So I love my backyard. It's a huge, huge house. Or I mean, it's not huge. I think what my lot is like, I don't know, like 7,900 square feet. And I'm on a corner. So I've got lots of space this way and lots of space this way. In fact, we have enough space. I built a fence. When I built up the fence, we actually built enough. So it's just short. A standard volleyball court is 60 by 30. From the house to the street, it was only 28 feet. So it's just shy. But then I have like 28 by 70. So, we essentially could play volleyball on the side of our house. Let's see, not to mention the lives we get impacted as teachers, teaching and building our students. Yeah. I absolutely agree, Gerald. Absolutely agree. So, yeah, it's crazy how houses go up. So I don't know how we got into the housing market, but hey, this is just how it is. But yeah, I guess life choices and how things kind of drive us through, and that we may not have a fate, but or maybe we don't have a destiny or a fate. I don't know. Maybe our destinies or fates aren't written, but we are all born to do something. And mine was to be a teacher. So, and that actually kind of fits within my why. My why is I believe everybody has the right to be and feel safe. And that really, when I realized what that was, so if you have not read, start with why. It's more of a marketing book, but it really, like, everything comes from the why. And when I realized what my why was, like, my whole world opened up. So it's, yeah. So my why really doesn't fit building. I enjoy building. I enjoy working on engines for cars. I couldn't do that for my career. I enjoy, like, we're still like behind me. So when we actually bought the house, we tore out some stuff, and I built, this used to be a wrought iron thing, because I have stairs right behind me, and we did a little bit of remodeling. So, and I rebuilt the deck, and I love building stuff, but I don't really want to do that for a career. but I love teaching, and I love, and like even me getting into security or even wanting to become law enforcement, even the idea of wanting to go into the military, that fits my why, because I believe everyone has the right to be and feel safe. So if me doing what I'm doing makes you feel safe, then that fulfills my why. And the other thing I learned about my why is that just because it fulfills my why doesn't mean that I need to do it. Take in point, the hospital. I was the department instructor. And of course, I left because I left teaching because I was being used. My mind is like, ooh, I get to teach and I get to do what I love and I get to do this. And then, but I came to realize I was being used, and I'm like, no, not going to do that. Not going to do it anymore. My values don't meet your values. So yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. Start with why. Simon Sinek. If you go onto YouTube and search The Golden Circle, actually, let me really quick here, just so I don't, I might just put it in the chat. Let's see, because I'm not gonna actually stream videos anymore because I don't want my stuff taken down. But why? Sorry, while I do this. Why am I getting a phone call? Hold on. Stay safe with Artisan Martial Arts. How can I help you?
Hi, Steve. My name is Barrett Gonzalez. I'm over here at Google. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. My name is not Steve.
Oh, wait, what did you say? Sorry about that.
I said stay safe with Artisan Martial Arts.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. My name is Barrett Gonzalez over here at Google. I'm calling for the manager of the AdWords account for Artisan Martial Arts.
Okay, that would be me.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Steve. I'm just calling to introduce myself. I'm your internal business advisor.
Okay.
My job is to just make sure your account is running the right way and driving meaningful impact for your business. Just calling today because I wanted to get a quick, 15, 20-minute chat just to discuss what you're trying to achieve with the account and how we can do that.
So right now, my I don't have the time to talk right now because I'm actually doing a live stream. So I make it a point to answer every single call, but right now my Google AdWords account is run by I guess I'm in charge of it, but I am running a postcard campaign that is connected through Google and Facebook online, promoting through what is that company called? Postcard Mania. And so they're really doing it. I don't usually do the whole Google AdWords thing. So, but I don't know, if you want to call back later, we can always talk, but I can't really do it now.
Yeah, no, definitely understand. Sorry you're on a live stream there. Definitely
yeah.
Go back to that. What's a good time to reconnect today?
Let's see, maybe noon my time.
Noon your time, and where you located now?
Well, if you looked at Artisan Martial Arts, I'm on the Pacific in the Pacific time zone in Vancouver, Washington. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
We're over in California. We just don't know because sometimes people are in different places.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
Okay.
And what was your name again?
Mish.
Mitch.
Yeah. M-I-S-H, like fish, but with an M.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'll let you get back to your live stream, Mitch, and I'll make sure to call you back around noon your time.
Okay, sounds good.
Bye.
Oh my God. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah. And he kept on calling me fucking Steve. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try this again. .com. All right. So let's see. Okay, this is really funny. So I'm on another tab. I go to YouTube and I am currently streaming, like it says, Morning Tea with me, May 11th, 2022. Live now. That is such a crack up. Okay. All right.
If you're a Washington.
Nope. Shoot.
Homeowner,
Gotta watch the ad first.
Is your last chance to go solar.
And then I will
in December.
There we go. Skip ads. Skip trial.
So where do you start?
Pause. Link. Okay. So just remove your Facebook. Just remove Facebook profile to Mish Steve. Oh, yeah. That's really funny. Okay, so I don't know why I'm not. I used to be able to, and maybe this is because this is also streaming on my Facebook, my personal Facebook and on a Facebook page. But in the past, when I've streamed on Facebook and YouTube, if I put a comment in, it would come up on Facebook. So I did put a link in. It shows up on YouTube. When I'm done here, I will go into the Facebook and I will link. But it's to the Simon Sinek Start With Why Golden Circle TED Talk. Best 18 minutes of your life. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. So yeah. So anyway, so there you go. I was interrupted by a phone call. You know, it's funny. I should just put these guys on speaker. Well, instead of just answering the phone call like this, I should just be on speaker. And then you guys should just tell me if I think I'm going to do that in the future. We'll have this interactive, while Mish talks to salespeople. Anyway, there is the life and times with Mish. My tea is now cold. I've got the last sip here. So everybody, please stay safe, live long and prosper. I will see you tomorrow morning. I came on at about 9:30. So this is really kind of the time frame I'd really start. So that 9:30 a.m. time. So if you're in a meeting, that's okay. You can always rewatch. Okay, hold on. Next time they get your name wrong, just correct them with a different name when this dude calls you later, Steve. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. Anyway, I will see y'all tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. And you all take care.